On June 14th, 2024, a truly unexplainable piece of footage was uploaded to YouTube. The video, posted by a woman named Dee, was filmed in a forest somewhere in Ohio, a place she had planned to spend the night camping. She was exploring the forest as the night began to fall, when suddenly, things took a terrifying turn that I still can't explain.
What is on my face? Yeah. Hi. Hi. Yep. Yep. I gotta get down. I can't go home. Oh. Ah. Oh, fuck. Sorry. No! Stop! 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 Please! 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 I'm leaving! I'm leaving! I'm leaving! Where's my stuff? I don't know where my shit is. Shit. Where was the line? Right down here. Okay. 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 Let me get on my foot. Guys, I gotta set it down. Hold on. I think I'm gonna stick up the field and walk up the road, even though it's gonna be harder. It's cooler out here. I get more of a break. More of a breeze. What is that? What the? No! The fuck is it? Dude, no! It looks like a person, man. But no person. It looks like a fucking person. Stop! That ain't a person. That ain't a person. Ah! It just keeps getting up and down, up and down. Stop! Fuck, I can't run. Ah! Somebody drive by. Somebody drive by.
As Dee walks through the dark, silent woods, her flashlight suddenly catches something. Two glowing eyes, just a few feet ahead. She freezes for a moment before sprinting out of the forest as fast as she can, ending up in an open field nearby. But the most disturbing part is that whatever it was followed her. The glowing eyes lingered just beyond the edge of the trees, watching her, staying perfectly still, yet somehow getting closer each time she looked away. Some people in the comments claimed it could have been a bear, but honestly, no bear moves like that. It looked too human to be an animal and too unnatural to be a person. In the end, Dee managed to make it back to safety and ended the video there. But I still can't shake the question, what was really out there in those woods that night? On July 21st, 2025, one of the most chilling pieces of camping footage I've seen in a while was uploaded to YouTube. It was posted by a creator named Metro on the Move, who was camping with a group of friends at the Liberty Springs campsite. Now, he wasn't planning on filming anything during this trip, until he woke up to something that forced him to grab the camera.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god, dude. I just got attacked by a bear out here. Oh my God, dude. It's got a claw mark in it. Holy. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Good morning.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
It's up here too.
That's on my tent, dude.
Deep claw marks, torn right through his tent, clearly from a bear. Metro hadn't noticed it during the night, but what he didn't realize was that the bear was still nearby.
Tent. Oh my God.
I'm gonna fall.
Hey, yo! Hey!
Yeah.
Bear!
Bear attacked my tent.
Hey!
Hey guys, wake up, guys.
He's coming to you guys.
Which way?
Throw rocks.
Hit it. Where is it?
He's
Up?
Oh, he's there.
Right where?
Bear. Oh my God.
He's right there, just next to you. That's me. Behind you. Behind you.
Yes. No running.
No, I'm getting in the light. Oh, there he is.
Get out of here, Bear.
There he is.
Hey! Hey!
Get away.
Go! Oh my gosh, dude. Hey! Hey!
Get away.
Get away! Get away!
He's not scared, man. We need to report.
Get away! Oh my gosh. Yeah!
He's coming to us.
Yeah.
Moments later, the group spots the animals still wandering around their camp. They start shouting, flashing their lights, even throwing rocks to scare it off. And luckily, it worked. Afterward, Metro shows the full extent of the damage to his tent. And honestly, it's terrifying to think how close that bear really was. On May 4th, 2021, YouTuber Explorer on Road uploaded one of the most terrifying videos I've ever seen on his channel. He was out with his girlfriend, using the popular app Randonautica, an app that gives you random coordinates to explore. It went viral back in 2021 during lockdown, as people used it to find weird and mysterious places. Most of the time, it's just harmless fun. You end up in a forest, an abandoned building, or some random dirt road. But this time, the danger was something else entirely. Their first set of coordinates took them to a quiet bridge near a waterfront. Nothing strange at first, until they decided to generate one final location for the night. Something they probably wish they hadn't done.
Okay, so we're going to generate a third pin now. We're going to do it on a tractor. And the intent is...
God.
God. Okay, let's do it.
God.
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 God. God. God. God.
I'll be.
Oh man, I don't think this is going to work. Let's try again.
God.
God. Oh, we've got one.
Bandana.
Got one. Let's go. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, so to get to that pin, we actually have to go back to the car and drive there because it's, I don't know, how long is the drive? Like 5 minutes?
Oh, it's telling us the walking link, so it's half an hour. Oh my god, what's that?
What the? Oh my god, he's chasing us. Yo, no. Oh, what the? What's going on? Oh no, I can't see where I'm going. Oh my god. What the? Oi, hurry up. Nah, we need to actually keep running. Go, 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 quick, quick.
Take the phone. Right, I'm gonna open the door.
Where is he? I don't think he's coming anymore.
No, yeah, I don't want to run him over.
I don't see any lights. No, quick, no.
I'm trying.
Oh, thank God, man. Guys, what the actual hell just happened? Like, that was the worst thing that's happened to us in Randonautica. I don't even know if we want to go to the other pin now.
I mean, personally, I don't.
Mate, that was crazy. That was like, what? No.
Mate, I just want to get home.
I don't even know what that was.
Mate, I think I was going to have a panic.
Like, I was laughing because it's like the reaction, like, is he joking or is he being serious? But then he just kept chasing us.
Mate, you could have had a flipping knife on him or something.
Just put my belt on.
I actually thought I was going to have a panic attack.
But the thing is, guys, this is actually scary because this park that we were in, like, people actually get stabbed there. So imagine, like, this is not even funny. Mate, that's actually, what the hell just happened?
I'll cut for a minute and just breathe.
All of a sudden, a man yells from behind them, and the two sprint away as fast as they can. Clearly terrified, they rush back to their car, trying to make sense of what just happened. In the video, Explorer mentions that the park they were in has a reputation for stabbings, which honestly makes this whole situation even more unsettling. So, what do you think? Were they actually in danger that night? Or was it all just a twisted prank? Either way, I think they made the right call getting out of there when they did. On September 3rd, 2025, YouTuber Sort of Interesting had a stealth camping experience he won't forget anytime soon. He was out camping in a small clearing near a riverside in the UK. At first, everything seemed perfect. His spirits were high. He unpacked his bag and quickly found what he thought was the ideal spot to set up camp.
Okay, so I am definitely concealed, although that might only count if I'm about 2 feet from the ground at most. So I'm just going to have a quick scout around this area for somewhere that's a little clearer to put maybe my basic ground sheet poncho down. But this is already quite amusing and humorous an activity to try and do. Wish me luck. Okay, so with the sound of crows in the background and endless chainsawing across the valley, I'll just show you what I've got. So, this is slightly haunting already. So, because I've travelled so lightly and simply, I've been able to fetch my very small camping stool. But ironically, I've got such poor cover from the wider world here that even this tiny little stool might actually be too high for me to sit on. Obviously water, oh yeah, we've got toiletries, odds and ends and snacks in the top of my bag. Elpkit Elan bivvy bag. Simple basic sleeping bag. And what I was hoping to do was to use my pegs to peg down my poncho tarp as a ground sheet. As you can see right now, I think I might just have to fold this over and use it as a little bit of a footprint to put my bivvy bag on amongst the ferns here if I'm going to have any sort of cover at all. Pillow is my Ecotech Hibernate inflatable mat. I've got my basic selfie stick tripod hybrid. I haven't got my fancy microphone for recording or anything, which is typical because we've got so much noise around us. And I need to be really quiet, so I can't do my shouting to a distant camera.
Not long after unpacking, he started to notice something wasn't quite right about the location.
It seems that there are a lot of people around compared to what I was hoping for. So I'm going to really keep a low profile for a few minutes, and I'm going to get out of here and set my stuff up after a little while. What am I doing right now? What am I actually doing and planning? this is a comfortable night's sleep, apparently. So here's the plan. I'm going to leave my sleeping bag here, just so there's more space and less weight in my backpack as I walk around. I'm going to lay this out, but as a really thin rectangle, as a base for my bivvy to go on, and then I'm going to clear off and come back just as it starts to get a little bit darker.
There were too many people around for comfort, so he came up with a plan. Set up his camp, leave for a while, and then return once the sun went down. And that's exactly what he did. As night fell, he climbed inside his bivvy, talking to the camera about how much he loved the setup he'd prepared for the night. But it wasn't long before things took a darker turn.
I might be going absolutely mad here. I swear there's been like a firefly. I'm gonna shut up. I think I can hear footsteps. I can't. I am keeping an extreme low profile right now. I think that the laser was coming from the far side of the trees, but I'm not 100%. I don't think it was actually aimed at me. I think it was just shining a laser for the sake of it. But it's certainly woken me up a little bit. But to be honest, it's been quiet for about 10 minutes now, so I'm not too worried. There's a dog in here!
He's jolted awake by the sound of footsteps, and then a laser light, shining directly toward him. Neither he nor the viewer really knows what's going on in that moment, but as the tension builds, he starts piecing together what he thinks happened.
Here's that footage slowed down because I got such a poor quality view of the situation, as I basically went from asleep to the most awake I've ever been in my life in the space of 1 second. When they were running away, I think it was a phone light rather than a proper flashlight of any kind. And I don't know if those lasers are one single tool or some sort of surveillance kit or something, I don't know. But I'm sure after I shouted, "There's a dog in here," which was the only thing I could think of in the heat of the moment, I'm sure you can hear a little exclamation from them, just a little "Ruh!" as they were legging it. I'm going to play the audio from the immediate aftermath now. A couple of things to note: that there may be some muted moments because I never ever swear in videos, and that was a moment that really pushed me to the edge. And also, I thought it was amusing to note, for me at least, that whereas when I've seen torches in the distance and felt safer, I've been able to do recording and do a bit more talking to make it more dramatic for YouTube. Whereas in this case, because I felt that it was immediate danger, I've practically entirely stopped breathing at moments, never mind talking away to the camera. Once I'd found my boots, I felt a little safer, but I immediately started to break down the campsite. One of the benefits of such a simple setup is that it took me literally less than 2 minutes to have everything shoved in my backpack and for me to be getting out of there.
Luckily, he made the smart decision to pack up and leave before anything else unfolded. But it raises a chilling question. Who's wandering around the woods in the middle of the night, shining lasers at random campers. To this day, it remains one of the strangest camping encounters I've ever come across. On October 16th, 2022, one of the most disturbing pieces of camping footage ever recorded was uploaded to YouTube. The video came from a channel called Work Less, Enjoy Life More. The uploader was out on a solo RV camping trip just south of Williams, Arizona, when, in the middle of the night, he suddenly heard something that would leave anyone frozen in fear. A woman's voice, screaming for help from somewhere deep in the forest. Unsettled, he decided to start recording and investigate. But if you're someone who enjoys camping alone, you might want to skip this one. You've been warned.
Hello?
At first, everything seems normal. You can see him shining his flashlight across the trees, scanning the dark woods, calling out to see if anyone responds. You can tell he's nervous, but still trying to stay calm. Then, after hesitating for a moment, he decides to move closer toward the sound. That's when things take a terrifying turn.
Okay, that's creepy. What do you want? I just heard that. I just heard the bay door open.
In the distance, someone's standing between the trees. The uploader instantly bolts back to his van, slamming the door behind him. But before he can even process what just happened, you can hear someone trying to crawl underneath the RV. For several tense minutes, he stays completely still, trying not to make a sound. Eventually, his van alarm goes off. And that's when whoever was outside finally takes off running into the darkness. The video ends shortly after, with the uploader saying he was genuinely scared for his life, and that he isn't sure he ever wants to go camping again. And honestly, after watching this, I can't say I blame him. In early 2023, a disturbing piece of footage was uploaded to YouTube. The clip shows a man out camping in the woods. No names, no location, no real context at all. And that's exactly what makes this video so unsettling.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Out of nowhere, a grizzly can be seen standing right in front of his tent. The man quickly zips it shut, but the bear begins pawing at the fabric, pressing against the thin barrier between them. The camper starts screaming, hoping to scare it off. For a moment, it seems to work. Things go quiet, and when he finally works up the courage to peek outside, the animal is gone. What the bear was searching for, or where it disappeared to, we may never know. But one thing is certain, this encounter could have ended very differently. Kev's Outdoor Adventures is a YouTuber known for his camping and exploring videos all across the UK. In this particular upload, he's out with his dog Chow, ready for a night of wild camping in Mardale on what's said to be a haunted hill. At first, the mood is light. Kev's enjoying the mountain views, the peaceful atmosphere, and after a few hours of hiking, he finally finds the perfect spot to set up camp.
Right guys, I found our spot. We're going to stop here. It's not quite near the top, but it's a nice flat spot. It's going to start getting dark soon. It's after, what time is it now? It's 5 o'clock now. Sorry, 6 o'clock now. It'll dark within the hour. So I need to get this lot set up. Get sorted out. Now bring us back when it's all up. turn off a bit. Hi guys, and welcome back. As you can see, it's still light, and I've getting everything set up. Charles had a drink. I'm going to give him some food soon. That's the setup for tonight. I'll show you everything we've got later. I haven't got a great deal with us tonight. There's too much to carry up here, but this is our home for tonight. Got the van go around again. It's spitting on a rain, so it looks a bit cloudy. But we weren't supposed to get any rain till tomorrow. But the way it's looking, we might get it tonight.
As night falls, Kev cooks up some dinner and sits down to enjoy the quiet. But that calm wouldn't last long. Just before heading to bed, he notices something strange.
I've had nothing creepy yet, heard nothing yet. There's some people down there though. The light keep popping up on the woods. Actually, it's there now. I'll turn this light off and I'll see if I can get it up. There it is. There's people in the woods down there as well. And you see, I went to go there one time before. Couldn't get. There was lads there, so didn't bother. I went somewhere else in the woods. See, they're all the way down there. I'm up here. To see my light, but they wouldn't walk up here. It's too far. All the way around and then back up again. So I'm going. So I'll turn this light a little bit. It's a bit bright, you can still see the air. I'm gonna chill for a little bit now, finish this can. Maybe just watch a film a little bit. Chow's still asleep. He's down there. He's flat out. So hopefully it's him for the night. You probably want to pee later on during the night, but that happens. Right guys, I'll bring us back before bedtime. Turn off a bit.
Far in the distance, a light, almost like a flashlight, flickers across the hillside. Kev brushes it off, saying it's way too far for anyone to reach his spot anyway. He eventually crawls into his tent and tries to get some rest. But not long after, he's woken up again, this time by something much closer.
Sounds like something's outside. They're walking about. I know it's windy, but fuck's that? I didn't know if you can pick it, you can hear it or not. Right guys, I'm going to turn this light off. The fuck? I'm going to try and get some sleep. I know it's windy, but I just saw it, those footsteps outside as well. Can't hear it now, like, but you know when you feel like people brought her out of long grass. Makes it a rustling sound. That's what it was like. But I'm going to turn this light off. I want to try and get some sleep.
Slow, crunching footsteps right outside his tent. You can even hear them clearly on the audio. Kev stays quiet, trying to make sense of what's happening. By morning, everything seems fine, but the unease remains, because whoever or whatever was walking near his camp that night never revealed themselves. Could it have been the same people from across the hill, or something else entirely? I guess we'll never know. On September 1st, 2025, an unsettling piece of footage was uploaded to YouTube by a user called Northern Lights. It was filmed by a man named Felix back in 2018, somewhere deep in Nunavik, the northernmost region of Quebec. Nunavik is known as the homeland of the Inuit, but as this video shows, it's also home to something much more terrifying. Felix was out on a hunting trip, spending the night in a small wooden cabin, when he was suddenly woken up around 1:30 in the morning by something he'll never forget. Take a look.
Tekohan igaramusi. Man ubenet teku. O teko arga. Kal. Mungkin. Kal.
Suvi.
Sia. Uning aktor ya kapillo. Uning asi orang kuliah.
The clip starts abruptly, showing a massive polar bear standing right against the window, its paws pressed on the glass. It's clear the animal wants to get inside, likely searching for food. Felix tries to stay calm, whispering quietly, but you can hear the panic in his breathing. Minutes later, the bear slowly wanders off, but the nightmare wasn't over yet. Moments later, another bear, even larger this time, appears outside the cabin. You can see its silhouette moving around the structure, sniffing and pacing. The only thing separating Felix from the predator is a thin wooden wall, and he knows it. His voice grows shaky, and the tension is almost unbearable. Fortunately, after what felt like an eternity, the bear finally disappears. Felix was safe, but I can't imagine how terrifying it must have been. Trapped in a cabin in the middle of nowhere with one of nature's most dangerous animals just inches away. Sort of interesting is a UK-based camping YouTuber who's all about simple outdoor living. Quiet camps, minimal gear, and peaceful nights under the stars. But in this particular upload, his first ever solo wild camp didn't go exactly as planned. At first, Dan does what he always does, showing off his setup and explaining his gear as he hikes into the forest. It was meant to be a calm, cold, and rainy night, but as it turns out, the weather wasn't the only thing he'd have to worry about.
So I've been walking for about an hour at this point, and it really is amazing the difference that the backpack has made. And also the fact I'm using a much dimmer light is starting to make me think I'm sure I can hear stuff and see little flashes and that. I'm sure I can't, but I can't be sure in here where I need to be. So yeah, quick backpack rest, and then we're gonna get, in fact I might get the stove out now, find a spot on the way ahead. At this point I thought I would see if I could find a nice big flat stone or somewhere safe that I could set up my stove and make myself some pasta, pesto and cheese, and also lose a bit of weight from my backpack while doing so. And so I thought, yeah, put the torch onto full beam and get some visually interesting spooky woodland footage. And well, did I get some spooky footage.
As he ventures deeper into the woods, the atmosphere starts to shift. The trees grow denser, the wind picks up, and even Dan starts to joke about how spooky the forest feels at night. But what he captures next is no joke at all.
Dim lights only now. I was just shining the torch round on full beam, showing like the woods to the camera. Some car somewhere on a road up there stopped, and I swear a torch shone into the trees, obviously from well above my head, but it's just spooked me a bit. Oh man, my heart is going. I swear the car that I just mentioned pulled up and somebody has got out. I don't know if it's just coincidence. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I am really, oh my goodness me. I know. This isn't fun, this. I am so stupid. I am the stupidest person I don't know if you can see that they are literally scanning up and down. They are literally... Can you see this on the ground? They're literally looking straight at me. I know. I don't know what to do. I'm literally crouched. I'm sound.
Out of nowhere, a car suddenly stops nearby. A man steps out, shining a flashlight through the trees, scanning the area slowly. Dan goes completely silent. You can hear the fear in his voice as he whispers to the camera, trying to stay hidden in the dark. After a few tense moments, he decides to quietly head back toward the main trail, and that's when the car drives off.
I'm about 90% certain they drove in that direction. I decided to proceed along the road on my intended route to escape into the hills as quick as possible, but use my red light so that I was far less visible at a distance. And I'll be honest, at this point I've got that horrible adrenaline sensation in my chest, and I've got loads of video recorded from this section, but I'm just constantly talking, I think, trying to reassure myself and make myself feel better and calmer. So of course, when I get to the hills, we've got really bad weather starting to roll in, proper thick fog coming in and blowing through in patches. Obviously the last place you want low visibility is near any cliff tops. So in the end, I was like, right, I just need something to eat. I'm so hungry. I've been on my feet all day. And in the end, on this day, I walked 16 miles overall. So I found a nice little sheltered area, and the weather started to hold off and ease up a bit. So it was that, worn out and worried, I took a moment to just gather myself, get a grip, and generally calm down and think sensibly about what my plan for the rest of the night and the morning was going to be. In typical
Luckily, Dan manages to slip away unnoticed, using only his red light to stay concealed. He eventually sets up camp somewhere safer and ends the night there. But one question still lingers. Who was that man in the car, and what was he doing out there, deep in the forest, in the middle of the night? On December 1st, 2024, YouTuber Cora and the Explorer uploaded one of the wildest camping experiences I've seen to date. In the video, the uploader, Keith, heads out with his dog, Cora, for a wild camp in Pavey Arc in the Lake District. Now, Keith is no stranger to these kinds of trips. He's experienced, well-prepared, and used to rough terrain. But what he went through this time was something else entirely.
Hello and welcome to K&C Outdoors. I'm Keith and this here is Cora, my golden doodle. I think she's classed as a miniature one. So we're out today in the Lake District, in my most favourite part of the world. And actually the most favourite part of the Lake District as well, which is Dungeon Gill. And we're going to be making our way up to Harrison Pike for a wild camp tonight, and we'll have a good time. But it's been quite damp today, which isn't a bad thing really, because I'm trying out some new gear.
At first, everything seems great. Spirits are high, the views are stunning, and Keith looks like he's in his element. But as the climb continues, you can see the weather start to turn. Dark clouds roll in, and before long, the terrain becomes slick and cold. Still, Keith pushes on, and finally finds the perfect spot to set up camp for the night. But little did he know, the worst was yet to come.
We're in a tent, and I would say this is the worst pitch I have ever had. I just couldn't tell with the lay of the land, and it is so on the slant. I just want to roll that way. I'm going to see what bits of spare clothing etc I've got that I can shove onto my bed to try and level it out a bit, even if I can't level out the tent. But it's up, and I've got my down pants and my booties and my insulating jacket and everything on, because it's really gone cold. And the wind's starting to get up now, but we're going to have a little rest. It took quite I'm going to rest. Cora's just had a dinner and she's a bit cold I think, so I'm going to give her some cuddles and get her nice and warm, and I'll see you. I know, I'm not giving you any attention, I'm very sorry. Oh, okay, she needs a love, I'm going to have to go. I'll see you.
As night falls, Keith cooks himself some dinner, completely exhausted from the climb. But the peaceful night he was hoping for quickly turns into chaos. The wind picks up, his tent begins to shake violently, and you can tell the storm outside is getting worse by the minute.
Oh, the wind's really getting up now. It's got really up, a bit concerned. I have no idea how strong they are, but it's really strong. The tent's getting battered. But I'm double poled and I've got delta pegs in, so at least delta pegs in the come here, love, in the parts that need to be held well. So hopefully it'll hold up well through the night. These little moments of calm, and then the gusts just starting again. So I've just put my little wind meter out. I don't know if it's showing, but there you go. It's showing at the highest with the gusts 70 miles an hour. But the tent, as I say, the double poles, it seems okay. But I'm certainly aware that we might have to bail if it gets any worse. Don't want to, we're quite high up and it's a long way down. We'll see how the night takes us anyway. But for now, oh jeez. too soon. Genuinely got me a bit worried now. The wind's unbelievably strong. I'm hoping we don't have to bail because it's a long way down to Langdale. But this is the most worried I've ever been camping. It really is gusting strong now. I'll keep it up to date as we go along, but now it's a worry now, it really is. The weather's still horrendous. It's 5 AM and the tent's just completely getting hammered by the wind. Just waiting for it to get light, and then we're going to pack up and have the treacherous walk down, because it's going to be difficult walking, I think, in this wind. Not bothering making a drink or anything, just going to get off as soon as it's light.
For hours, Keith is trapped inside his tent, just waiting for the first signs of daylight. When the storm finally starts to calm, he wastes no time packing up and heading down the mountain as quickly as he can. In the end, both Keith and Cora made it down safely. But like he says at the end of the video, this could have ended very differently. What happens in the following clip is something I still can't explain. It was uploaded by a YouTuber named Welcome to the Woods UK. In the video, he's out in a nearby forest, collecting some of his trail cameras to see what they had captured. But as he's walking to retrieve the first one, he stumbles upon something unusual.
We've had one hell of a storm coming here the last couple of days, so I'm just coming in to check the cameras, make sure they're all still okay, we've got no big trees down and all the rest of it. I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old, but it is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive. My BK2 next to it. It's just slightly larger than my BK2. Oh, I want to trip myself out. That looks like a toe as well. My God. There's another impression up there as well. But this is seriously something worth noting.
On the ground is a large footprint. It even looks like it could be from a bare foot. The uploader can't quite wrap his head around who, or what, would be walking through those woods barefoot, especially in weather like that. Because of how strange it was, he decides to leave one of his trail cameras in that exact spot, hoping to catch whatever was behind it.
I think the best bet is to get my live camera, the one that I can pick up on the phone, which I put in a few weeks ago, at a different location in the woodland. I'm going to go there now, retrieve that camera and program it onto one of these trees and get a reception, make sure it's working good on the phone, and then I can keep an eye on this area even at home in my bed. So I'm going to go off and get that camera quick. I mean, look at this though as well. These are obviously, these all bent over like an archway. That's pretty cool. But then it's happening there as well. It's obviously some sort of normal phenomena going on there. There's no sign of any sort of camps of people that shouldn't be here either. No fires that have gone out, unless obviously they've used that no trace where they would, I do it myself, make a fire, you cover it over with earth and scatter some stuff across it just so that it leaves no trace. The weather sorts the rest out. I'm going to get that camera though, yeah? I'll bring you back here when I've put the camera up. Right, it's all good. I've got the camera. Just sitting at the base of the tree. I'm going to strap it to this part of the tree here, and I'll be able to do a 360 all the way around to keep an eye on the tracks. We're left just there and there, going through this part of the woodland. So hopefully, if this is someone that's coming in here poaching or just plain messing around, this camera should hopefully catch them, and it'll catch them whether they take the camera with them. I'll have footage of it on my phone, straight directly to my phone, permitting the signal's all good. I think that's the only way around this one. I do feel really, really jittery today. I've come in here a few times since, obviously, checked on the cabin ruin, and I've bought some pilings in for my new cabin, so it's piled in the ground, sledgehammered in the ground and packed out, and then a frame built on top of that. But obviously that's some distance away from the spot we're at now. So what I'll do is I'll put this camera up, and I'll just quickly show you towards the end. I'm probably going to give it a little while before I camp in here. I'm going to see what this camera produces on live footage. It'll ping something back to me, whether a fox sets it off at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll be in bed. I couldn't even be in Spain on holiday or whatever. This camera will send back the footage that it takes, nighttime, daytime, no matter what. I can control the camera from my phone.
A few weeks later, he returns to the forest for an overnight wild camp and to collect the footage. But what happened next is where things take a much darker turn.
So we're well past 10 o'clock. Obviously it's summer months, so the birds are still having a little bit of a chirp about, but I'm absolutely shattered, so I'm going to get my head down. I shall see you in the morning. I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but there's definitely someone out there. Fuck's sakes. 2 seconds. Hello? I'll be honest with you, I feel like going. That might be exactly what I do. Seeing that the break of daylight was only an hour and a half away, I did decide to pack up and get going quite early. There was nothing more that happened that trip. I must admit I was more concerned that someone was walking around injured or out there hurt. So I did do a full sweep of the woodland on packing up. Nothing was out of the ordinary or could be found. Now let's fast forward a few days.
Now, some people will probably say this was just an elk or some other wild animal. But elk don't live in UK woodlands. So the only other explanation is that it had to be another person. And when you look at what his trail cameras actually picked up, it gets even more unsettling.
There was an odd little light that came on the camera one night when I was sitting in bed. I had a notification, it pinged on. And then all there was this funny little orb looking thing up to the middle left hand side. I eventually writ this off as some sort of bug that had come down. So let's fast forward 3 days post camp that you've just seen. Early Thursday morning at 4:12 AM, this figure comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2 still shots of it moving further off to the left-hand side of the woodland. So why is this person there at that time of the morning? Why do we keep hearing these shrills and shrieks? Is it paranormal? I just don't understand.
It's hard to tell exactly what it is, but the shape of a figure wandering through the woods in the middle of the night is undeniable. Hopefully, the uploader releases a follow-up soon, because I'd love to see more of this. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Not disturbed? Then check out this next video on screen right now.